Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and this is the Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men. Now, this is 10 tips that's going to help you in your dating life, all right? So this is the video version of my ebook, because I have an ebook called the Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men, which you can click the link below and get the ebook version. But this is the video version, and I'm going to get a little bit more detailed about these 10 tips, all right? So let's just jump right into this. So the first tip is you have to date a lot of women at one time, right? So what a lot of guys do is that they'll talk to one girl, they'll try to go on a date with that one girl, they'll call her, they'll try to make it work, they're thinking about her all the time. And what happens is that since they're doing this, they are making that one girl like the only thing, so they don't have any options. See, when you date a lot of women at one time, you are increasing your options, okay? So what you need to make sure that you're doing is that you're constantly talking to a girl here, a girl there, a girl there, and you keep going, right? So don't stop when you get one girl's number. You have to keep talking to different girls, because the thing is, what's gonna happen is that a lot of the girls that you talk to, some girls are gonna flake, some girls are not gonna call you back, some girls you go on one date with them and then that's it, you understand? So you have to have a number of different girls that you can talk to. And the thing is that when you're dating a lot of women at one time, what it does, it helps you with your game, it helps you with your social skills, it helps you to become comfortable around women. And the thing is that when you're dating any specific girl, you're not really sweating her, you're not really you don't have that needy energy, because you have other women that you can talk to, you have other women that you're dating. So the thing is that you'll also be more attractive to the women that you're dating, because you have that energy of a guy who has other women that he's dealing with. You understand? So don't do the thing where you're just, you get one girl's number, you call her, you try to set a date, she flakes, and you try to call her again, and you try to make it work with this girl. You don't need to do that, because if you're dating a lot of women at one time, you have so many options, and when you do this, it'll, make your dating life much more exciting, much more, fun, and you'll be the type of guy who is getting more girls just by even, having this girl and that girl around, because it increases, your game, and it makes other women want to be with you. Tip number 2, don't feel guilty about acting like a man. Okay, so basically we're in a society right now where a lot of guys have been shamed for, expressing themselves sexually. Sometimes you might feel guilty. You see a woman and you see that she has a nice body, you're walking past her, and you want to turn around and check out her ass, and you're like, should I not? You understand? And the thing is, you should not feel guilty about acting like a man. It's natural for you to want women and want them sexually. It's natural for you to check women out. It's natural for you to look at a woman and think about having sex with her, right? Don't feel guilty about that. Now, the reason why you don't want to feel guilty about this is because when you're interacting with women, when you're approaching women, when you're talking to women, what's going to happen is that if you feel guilty about doing these things, then when you're talking to her, you're not going to come across as a guy who's confident. You're not going to come across as a guy who's sure of himself, because you're in the back of your head, you're going to feel bad for actually just talking to a woman and trying to get with her. You understand? So you have to get that guilty notion out of your head. You understand? You have to understand that it's natural for you to want to approach a woman in the street. It's natural for you to want to, get a girl's number, take her out and have sex with her. These are natural things. You understand? Now, the thing is that your intention is never to be disrespectful. Your intention is never to, make a woman be in a position where she's getting a vibe where she's feeling uncomfortable. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times what happens is in those situations is you have certain women who will feel a certain way no matter what. You understand? But your intentions is to never, make any bad vibes happen, right? So the thing is that you just have to understand that you are a man, you're attracted to women, and it's okay for you to talk to women. It's okay for you to approach women. It's okay for you to say, hey, give me your number, I would like to take you out. Don't feel guilty about checking women out. Don't feel guilty about, having sexual thoughts and sexual urges and all this other stuff, right? Because by you feeling guilty, that's going to mess up your game. That's going to affect how you are when you're dealing with women. It's going to have a negative effect on how you're interacting with women. Because when you're talking to women, they're going to feel a certain type of energy from you. And if they feel this energy where you're sort of wishy-washy, you're not really sure of yourself, you're not really sure of what you're saying, you don't feel comfortable in what you're saying and how you're coming across, they're going to feel that energy and they're going to be like, well, there's something off about this guy. You understand? But the thing is that if you're not the type of guy who is feeling guilty, then you're going to be better off because you're going to come at these interactions fresh, positive, confident, and then women are going to feel that and they're going to want you. So remember, don't feel guilty about acting like a man. Tip number 3, you're not a nice guy, so don't act like one. You've always heard the saying that nice guys finish last, right? And the reason why nice guys finish last is because what happens is that nice guys are basically just guys who are acting nice. They're not really nice. So being a nice guy is a phony thing. This is why I say you're not a nice guy, so don't act like one, right? You are you. You understand? So what happens is that you have to understand that when you are being yourself and you are doing your thing, you're not going to come across as nice if you're honest, right? A lot of times when guys are dealing with women, they're not honest. So then they come across as a nice guy, right? And so what a nice guy does is that he tries to impress a girl. He tries to, do everything to, get her to like him. He tries to do so many things that are sort of out of his element, out of his character in order to make a girl like him, right? But the thing is, he's not being honest with himself and he's not being honest with the girl, right? And this is why I'm saying that you are not a nice guy, so don't act like one, because if you are doing that nice guy thing, you're not being yourself. So if you just be yourself and you say what you want to say, you interact with the girl and express yourself honestly, then you're not going to come across as a nice guy and you're going to be more attractive to her, right? Because this is the thing. Sometimes you're going to be on a date with a woman and, y'all might have a conversation about something and she might say something that you don't agree with, right? And what a nice guy would do, he's just going to agree with her anyway because he thinks, okay, let me agree with her so she can like me, right? But the thing is that if you keep agreeing with everything she says, if you, laugh at all her jokes, you think everything is cool, and she's going to look at you like, man, this guy seems like he's just trying to be too nice. I'm not really getting a real sense of who this guy is. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. With human beings, we're multi-dimensional. So the thing is that if you are coming across just this one way and you're being extra nice, then it comes off as phony. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, you have to get rid of that nice guy mentality. You just have to be yourself and be authentic in how you're coming across to the girl. And this is why, they say that women, quote unquote, love bad boys, right? And the thing is, the bad boy, he comes across more natural and honest, because what bad boys do is that they come across where they're sort of just doing their thing. They do whatever they feel they need to do. And sometimes that bad boy seems like a cool guy, and sometimes that bad boy does some messed up type of stuff. But there's that balance there where he's like cool one minute, the next minute he's doing whatever, right? Now, the nice guy, he's just consistently nice, which nobody is. So you come off as phony. You understand? So this is why you have to get rid of that nice guy stuff. All you need to do is to get rid of that nice guy feel or that nice guy energy is just to be honest. So when you're on that date and a girl's like, hey, such and such and such, and you disagree with what she's saying, you can be like, you know what? I don't really feel that way. I feel this and this and this. So you're not coming across as a guy who is just, catering to her and doing all these things because he wants her, to like him, right? You come across as more real. You come across, even to a certain extent, you're more on that bad boy side, or she'll look at you like that because you're being more honest. You have more layers to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand that you are not a nice guy. The problem is that guys think that being a bad boy or whatever is something like, they're like, oh, I'm not a bad person. We're not talking about that. You can be a good guy. So there's a difference between being a good guy and a nice guy. See, a good guy is a guy who's, your average type of dude who respects people, who's a good person to people. That, I'm assuming, is you, right? But a nice guy, when we talk about game, we're talking about a guy who's bending over backwards, who's being fake, who's saying whatever he needs to say in order there to get a woman to like him. He's not being honest. And women don't like that. Women can sense when a guy is being that way. So you can be a good guy. A good guy is the type of guy who will disagree with a woman if he's not agreeing with her. A good guy is a guy who's going to be honest with a woman when he's dating her. You understand? And that's the type of men that women are into. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just about, oh, you got to be a bad boy and women like jerks and all the other stuff. The real reason why women like jerks is because jerks seem more honest than a guy who is being the nice guy, because sometimes a jerk or that bad boy, like I was saying earlier, will be cool. And in one minute he might act like a jerk, and the next minute he might act like a cool guy. But the nice guy is constantly nice all across the board, which comes off fake. So this is why you have to understand, you are not a nice guy, so don't act like one. Be yourself, be you. You understand? Be honest. Tip number 4, getting her number isn't enough. All right, so what a lot of guys got to understand is that just getting a woman's number doesn't necessarily mean that she is going to want to see you again. Doesn't mean that you're going to go on a date with her. Doesn't mean you're going to have sex with her. So a lot of guys get a girl's number and they're excited because they're like, yes, I'm finally going to get her, right? Now, what you got to understand is getting her number isn't enough. Now, what you want to do is when you're talking to a girl and you get her number and you're having that conversation, you want to have a sort of memorable conversation, something that, you know, where you and her had some sort of connection, something that makes you stand out from other guys who she gave her number to, because these girls are giving their numbers out to a lot of different guys, and what's going to happen is she's going to want to see the guy who she felt some sort of connection with. You understand? Now, there are situations where a woman, you know, she might see a guy, he might just get her number really quick and they don't really talk too much, or there was really not that much of a connection, but let's say she was just physically attracted to him. You know, she might pick up the phone and want to see him again. Now, that does happen, right? Now, but most of the time what happens is that if she hasn't had that connection, there's no feeling there, and then that's the thing that's not going to make her want to actually see you again. See, a woman, she'll give her number out to basically anybody. It's not really hard to get a girl's number. The difficulty comes in is actually getting her to see you again. And the thing is, the way to get her to see you again is that while you're having that conversation before you close the deal, there has to be some sort of connection. There has to be something you guys, you know, had a conversation about, something where it showed that you and her had some sort of thing where y'all were feeling each other. You understand? So for example, let's say you were talking to a girl, you may be talking to her for maybe 2 or 3 minutes or whatever, and let's say she had, you know, some funny looking scarf and you're like making fun of her scarf, and she's like, oh yeah, my fashion sense is kind of weird, and you'd be like, oh no, you know, you seem really cute with that scarf, it goes good with your eyes, blah blah blah, and she's blushing and all that other stuff, right? So then next thing you know, you say, hey, you know, give me your number, let's get together, you know, sometime. She's like, all right, cool. So then you text her, and then you text her and you say something like, hey, what's up, funny scarf lady? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're bringing back that situation. You're bringing back that moment, which makes her remember, or that memorable moment, which makes her want to continue to see you. Versus if you had 5 or 6 other guys who just walked up to her, talked to her, hey, what's up? How you doing? What's your name? What's going on? Okay, cool. You know, can I get your number? We should, you know, go out. And she's like, all right, cool. Here's my number. And she more likely is going to remember you versus those other guys. You understand? So this is why I say getting her number isn't enough, because the thing is, you want to increase the chances of you seeing her again. And the way that you increase those chances is by you making sure that when you're interacting with the girl, you form that connection and then you get her number. Tip number 5, be real, but don't show her everything. All right, so basically when you're interacting with women, you want to be honest. You want to let them know who you are. You want to show them your personality. You want to show them the type of guy you are. And the reason why you do this is because when you're interacting with women, you want a chick who's going to be feeling you for who you are. You understand? You don't want to come across fake. You don't want to pretend. You don't want to, you know, be some guy that you're not. And then you get some girl, and then next thing you know, the real you comes out, and then she's like, who is this guy, right? So you want to start off just being yourself, being the type of guy you are, and expressing yourself in the way you want to, you know, express yourself, right? But the thing is, what you don't want to do is you don't want to show her everything, right? Now, what I mean by this is, even though you're having interactions with these women, you don't want to spill everything out about you. You don't want to let her know all the things, right? You want to keep certain things a mystery. You want to keep certain things, you know, to yourself, And as she gets to know you, she learns more things about you, right? Because the thing is, you don't want her to figure out too much about you, because you want her to want to know more. You understand? So when you're having a conversation with a girl, you approach a girl, you're talking to a girl, you want to be able to have those interactions, make it interesting, make it fun, have her get to know you, but you don't want to reveal too much where you're telling her your whole life story that she has nothing else left to get to know about you. Do you understand? Because women like to get to know a guy, and if you're letting her know everything the first time you see her, then there's nothing else for her to really get to know, as far as, certain things in your life at this moment, right? Now, the thing is that also when you're being honest and you're letting her know about you and yourself and the things you like and all that other stuff, you don't want to reveal other things that don't necessarily need to be talked about. So let's say, for example, you're saying, you know what, I'm going to be honest. So I'm just going to tell her, whatever and everything about me, right? So you can be honest, but you don't necessarily need to tell her that, you jerk off to, MILF porn 10 times a day. Like, she doesn't need to know that information. You understand what I'm saying? She doesn't need to know that, you cried at some movie that you saw yesterday, because she doesn't need to know all that stuff, right? So you let her know certain things about you, what you're about, what you like to do, your dislikes, your likes. You basically give her a sense of who you are. But one, you want to leave some stuff out, because it's to keep it mysterious. And also, two, you want to make sure you don't tell her anything sort of goofy, that you do in your spare time. Because at this point, you're just sort of getting to know each other, and you want to build, keep that mystery up. You want to build that interaction, and you want to keep it going from there. So, make sure that, you be real, you let her know who you are, but you don't show her everything up front. Tip number 6, first dates should be cheap. All right. So what a lot of guys do is they go on dates with women and they will actually spend a lot of money, right? And the thing is, when you're going on a first date with a woman, you're seeing if you like her, you're seeing if she likes you, right? So you guys don't even know if you really, really like each other. You're just sort of getting to know each other at this point. So you want to make sure that the dates are cheap. Now, on my Bad Boy membership program, which you can join by going to badboymembership.com, I have an audio program called How to Go on Dates for $10 or Less. Right? And the thing is that when you're first dating these girls, when you're going on the first dates, you want to make sure that they're cheap, because this is a girl who you might not really be feeling, who might not be feeling you, and then there might not be a second date. So the thing is that if you're going on these first dates and you're spending a lot of money, you could be wasting all this money on women who you may never see again. You understand? So this is why you got to make sure that the first dates are cheap. So you can do stuff like get a drink, you can go to the museum, you can take a walk in the park, you guys can go get some pizza, and you make the dates really cheap, really short, so you can sort of get to know if this is the type of the woman that you want to continue to see, and you make that happen. But make sure that every time you go on a first date that you make it cheap. Do not spend a lot of money on first dates. Tip number 7, don't call her again. All right, so basically, when you're dating women, there's going to be women that you text, you call to try to set up dates, you get their number, you try to make that whole thing happen. And there's going to be women who are not going to return your calls. They're going to be women who are going to ignore your text, right? So the thing is that you should not keep calling a woman or texting a woman who's not being responsive to you. Right? So a lot of guys, wonder, they're like, okay, how many times should I call a girl before I stop calling her? Should I call her again? Should I wait another week? Should I wait a couple of days? What do I need to do? Right? So the thing is this, is that if you first meet a woman and you get her number and you text her and she doesn't call you back, right? Usually what you should do is you should keep it moving. In most cases. Now, when you get to a certain point of the game, this is what you really should do, right? Now, for a lot of guys out there, you might be like, well, that's kind of, that's kind of harsh. Like, why would I, just stop right there? Why don't I call her again next week? Maybe, I'll get in contact with her. Now, if you really want that girl, if you're really feeling her, right? Then what you can do is if you text her and she doesn't reply, you can wait a week and then text her again, right? Now, let's say she doesn't reply to that one. right? Now, what you can do is you can give her one final text or call, and this time what you're going to do is you're going to let her know that this will be the last time you're going to contact her if you don't hear from her. You understand? And so I call this the ultimatum call, and I talk about this in my book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. And basically, this is something you say, hey, listen, how you doing? You know, I really would love to get with you. I hit you up last week, but I haven't heard a response. So if I don't hear from you after this text or this call, I won't be calling you anymore, and good luck. You understand? So you're basically letting her know, hey, look, I'm feeling you, but if you're not going to hit me back after this, I'm done. And see, what happens is sometimes, you know, women, they're going through all this other nonsense where they're messing with some other dude, or they might be trying to get out with the ex-boyfriend, or they're not in the mood because they're in a bad mood or whatever. So when you had called them the first or second time, all that crap was going on. Now, what happens is when you give her the ultimatum call, then she's like, oh, well, wow, this guy seems cool. Let me actually call him because I might lose him. Do you understand? But what I was saying earlier is that, you know, usually when you get to a certain level of the game, when you first text a girl and she doesn't hit you back, you keep it moving, because when you get to a certain level of the game, and this is where I try to get you guys, is when you are interacting with women, you're going to have so much women, which is why I was talking about dating a lot of women at one time at the beginning, is that when you have so many women that you're talking to, you don't have time to be, you know, trying to text a girl 2 or 3 times if she hasn't hit you back. You have other women you can get to. You're going to be talking to other women, so you don't need to call this girl back. But if you do want to call her for some reason that you feel like, oh, this girl I'm really feeling and I really like, or I really want to have sex with her, you do the ultimatum call. Now, if she doesn't hit you back after you do that ultimatum call, then you have to make sure you keep it moving. Do not call her back. Do not text her. Don't do anything. It's done. It's over. Keep it moving. It's not going to work. So don't call her back. You just keep it moving. And what you want to do is that every time you're dealing with women, you want to make sure that you are focusing more of your attention on the women who are cooperating, meaning you want to focus more on women who, when you text them, they actually text you back. You call them, they actually pick up the phone, or they call you right back. The ones who are being extremely responsive. The ones who aren't, right, you don't want to waste too much time actually trying to call these women back. Tip number 8, don't put the pussy on a pedestal. All right, so you have guys who, when they meet a woman, they see her, they're like, oh, she is the greatest thing that has ever existed. She's awesome. She's the one. I love her. All these other different things guys are thinking when they see this one particular girl. And the thing is that you can't put women on a pedestal, because when you do that, then you're going to start to basically worship her. You're going to act like, you know, it's a pleasure and an honor just to be in her presence. And the thing is, women are not going to be attracted to guys who are like that. Women like guys who are confident, and women want to get with guys who they are really feeling, and guys who are the type of guys who are leaders, guys who know what they want to do, and women want to get with guys and get with the guy's program. Do you understand? So when you're the type of guy putting a woman on a pedestal, what you're doing is you're sort of saying, well, don't worry about getting with my program. I'm going to do whatever you want me to do because you're the goddess and you're the best, and I just live for you and everything like that. And the thing is, women aren't going to be attracted to guys like that, because women are looking to guys for guidance, for leadership, and all this other stuff. And by you putting her on that pedestal, you are basically not doing that. And also what happens is that a lot of times women don't even believe the pedestal you're putting them on. So you're like, oh my God, you're the greatest, you're so beautiful, you're this and you're that. And a lot of women out here, truth be told, are insecure. So by you doing this, right, she doesn't believe you anyway. And it just makes you look like you're being that nice guy, being all needy, trying to accommodate to her, and that is not attractive to her. So the thing is, you don't want to put any woman on a pedestal. You understand? Your mindset has to be, look, you know, I'm an awesome dude. Women want to get with me. I'm the type of guy women want to be with. And this woman right here who I'm talking to should be lucky that I'm actually spending time and trying to talk to her and getting to know her and approaching her. It shouldn't be where you're seeing it the other way around, where you're like, oh my God, I'm so happy and so grateful to be in the presence of this woman. It doesn't work that way. When you do that, you come across as that nice guy, that needy guy, and that is not going to be attractive to her. This is why you cannot put women on a pedestal. Do you understand? You should never do this. Do not put women on a pedestal. Don't see women like that. You understand? You see women as, you know, people that you're trying to, you know, get with, connect, and make things go down. But you're not seeing it as the type of, you shouldn't see it as the type of person you're trying to worship and the type of person who, you know, you're trying to get to like you. And so you're like, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that to live up to this expectation that she has for me so that she will choose me in a way where I can be in the presence of this goddess. Like, you can't look at the chicks this way. You understand? Because when you do that, you are not going to be attractive to these women, okay? Women are attracted to men who are confident. Women are attracted to men who don't put them on a pedestal. Women are attracted to men who let them know, hey, look, this is me, take it or leave it. I'm awesome. If you want to get down with my program, then this is what it is. You understand? You can't be the type of guy who is just looking at her as the end-all be-all, because that's going to make you the type of guy who she sees as the type of guy who she's not really going to want to mess with and be with. You understand? So make sure that you guys are not putting women on a pedestal. Tip number 9, don't be her friend. All right, so this is the thing. A lot of guys complain about being in the friend zone. And the reason why guys get in the friend zone is because when they're interacting with women, they are, you know, talking to them on a friendly basis, very platonic. And the thing is, when you're interacting with women, you have to flirt, okay? You have to flirt with them. You have to give off that energy as a guy who is interested in them sexually, not a guy who's just interested in being friends. And a lot of times guys will talk to women in a friendly manner because they're scared to actually flirt. They're scared to take it to that level of flirting. You understand? Because they're scared of getting rejected. They're scared that the woman's not going to be into it. But the thing is, if you don't do this and you just, you know, be friendly, then women are going to see you as that friendly guy and put you in the friend zone. See, women, they put guys in, you know, basically 2 categories. Either you're the lover or you're the friend. You understand what I'm saying? And so if you are coming across as that friend, she's going to put you in that friend category, right? And now this is what's going to happen if you keep doing that friendly stuff, is that the more women you talk to, you're going to talk to them also in a friendly manner, because you're so used to being that friend guy that when you talk to other women, you're going to give off that friend energy and they're going to put you in the friend zone. So it's going to be a continuous cycle of you being in that friend zone. So the thing is, you have to get yourself used to approaching and talking to women and being flirtatious, right? So this is the thing, is you have to get into a habit of always flirting with women when you're talking to them. So you have to switch it from being that friendly guy to being that flirtatious guy. And in my Bad Boy membership program, which you can go to badboymembership.com to become a member, I have an audio program called The Art of Flirting, right? And that program tells you step by step on how to actually flirt with women, all right? Because it's very important for you to know how to do that, because when you do understand how to flirt and make that happen, then you become that guy who she puts in the lover category, the guy she wants to have sex with, the guy she wants to date. If you are continuously, you know, being extra friendly and extra cordial and, you know, very platonic, she's going to put you in the friend zone. So remember, do not be her friend. Tip number 10. You don't need a woman to enjoy your life. All right, so what a lot of guys do is they make the mistake of thinking that having a woman is going to make them happy. They think that once they get this beautiful girl, that all their problems are going to be over. They think that their life sucks or has no meaning unless they have a girlfriend or unless they have this really hot girl on their arm. And what you got to understand is that you don't need a woman to enjoy your life. See, in your life, you should be enjoying your life, period. You understand? No matter what you're doing. And the thing is that it's enjoyable to have a woman. It's enjoyable to interact with women, have sex with women, date women, but you can't make women your happiness. You understand? So the thing is that, you know, you can learn how to attract women. You can learn the skills that you need in order to get women attracted to you, in order to date girls, all these other different things. But if you make the mistake of, you know, thinking that you need women to enjoy your life, then what's going to happen is that you're going to be unhappy unless you get a woman. Then you're going to be trying to, trying very hard to get girls, and when it doesn't happen, you're going to be upset. You're not going to be enjoying yourself. You have to enjoy this entire process, right? When you're learning game, or when you're learning how to attract women, and you're learning all these different things, you should have fun with it, and you should enjoy the process of doing it. But the thing is that if you're looking for women or to get women as the thing that's going to make you happy and enjoy your life, you're not going to even enjoy the process of trying to do it, because now it's going to be this thing where, oh my God, if it doesn't happen, if I don't get this girl, if this girl rejects me or whatever it is, that's going to bring up all that anxiety, and you're not going to be enjoying yourself in the moment. You understand? So the thing is that, you have to look at girls as sort of like icing on the cake. You understand? The cake is your life. You understand? But the girls, you can say, is icing on the cake, right? But the thing is, don't look at the girls as the cake. Don't look at the women as your whole life, as, oh, I need to have this or else I'm nothing. I need to have a girl or else I can't enjoy myself. I need to have a girl and or I can't make something happen. You understand? Because there's going to be times in your life where you're not going to be talking to certain women. There's going to be times where you might not be with a girl, or you might be single or whatever it is, and you still want to enjoy your life. You understand? But at the same time, you still also can learn how to get girls, learn how to attract women, but you don't want to make women the goal and of your happiness. Like, oh, I have to get this girl or I'm not going to be happy. You understand? So you have to understand that aspect. You study the game, you understand the things that you need to do in order to get women, but you do not make women your happiness, and you don't have to make women the thing that's going to make you enjoy your life. You understand? You enjoy your life because you're living and you're doing things, you're alive, and there's so many things in life that you can be grateful for, but don't, look at it as, oh, I have to get a girl or else I'm going to be miserable. All right? So remember that you don't need a woman to enjoy your life. You understand? Enjoy your life and, do the things you need to do and want to do to make your life enjoyable. But don't look to a girl or don't look to any other specific thing to where you need that in order to enjoy yourself.
Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
What's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.